This is a translation. How was your first meeting with Srila Prabhupada? What do you feel? This passage.
The first time I saw him or the first time I spoke with him?
No, it's not too long. I'm speaking English. How do you speak in English?
Well, the first time I saw him was in the temple. A friend of mine, my very best friend, told me about. He had gone to a kirtan. At 26 2nd Avenue. And he told me about it, and I was living right very near. So the very next day I went. And we went in and we sat on the floor there, and then Prabhupada came in from a side door, and he came in the room, and then there was a little platform to him to climb up on and sit down. But instead of going right to the platform, he just stopped and turned to see who was in the audience. And he looked, and I was in the back. And Prabhupada turned and looked, he looked right at me. And, it had a profound effect on me. We were looking eye to eye. And I thought he was the Buddha, because he looked like a Buddha to me. It was the summertime. He wasn't wearing any kurta, just a cloth, and he was kind of perspiring, kind of shiny, and he had these long ears and round oval face. To me, very mystical. And I said, "Oh, he's the Buddha." I had seen pictures in books of the Buddha, always like that, the face. So my first impression was that he was a great spiritual teacher.
And when you speak with him?
Then, I attended some of the kirtans, and then and classes, and then I decided my job was beginning. I trained as a teacher, a special needs teacher in New York, and my training finished, and then my assignment was going to begin. So I had to make a decision right then whether to go to the job. But then I decided, I thought, well, I want to just be with him. So I had to make a decision, and so I decided that I'm not going to go to the job. I'm going to give it up, and I'm just going to go and be with him. So I went to see him. I went to the apartment, knocked on the door. He opened the door. He said, "Come in." And we went in and sat down. Completely bare room, just a little mat he was sitting on. And so I told him my idea that I have a job and I'm going to quit, just be your student. So he said, "Oh, you have a job?" I think I was the first one he met that had a job. Nobody else there had a job. And he asked what the salary was. So he said, you go to the job and give the fruits to Krishna. You give your wages to Krishna. I said, well, how do I do that? How do I give money to Krishna? And Prabhupada said, well, you give the money to me and I'll give it to Krishna. Oh, don't worry.